Blade Runner is one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made, but what is it really about? This seminal sci-fi film noir classic delves into the complexities of humanity, the ethical ambiguities around artificial intelligence and the essence of empathy. Directed by Ridley Scott and released in 1982, Blade Runner is set in a dystopian future where AI androids known as replicants are hunted down by special operatives called Blade Runners. The film explores the blurred lines between what it means to be human and the role of empathy in understanding others. Let's take a closer look at how Blade Runner demonstrates the importance of empathy in a world where the distinction between man and machine is increasingly blurred. Welcome to my channel, where I explore various kinds of philosophical, psychological, and cultural topics that we can all relate to. Before I start rambling, would you kindly take a quick moment to give this video a like, and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content, so that you don't miss my next video. Now, let's get started. Blade Runner intricately weaves the narrative of empathy into its story, showing it as the bridge between human and replicant, between biology and bioengineered, between organic and AI. Blade Runner prompts a deep reflection on whether the capacity to empathize is what truly defines humanity or if it can be an attribute of artificial beings as well. The film ventures beyond the mere spectacle of a dystopian future to pose critical questions on the essence and ethical boundaries of empathy. The film intricately explores how empathy intersects with our moral and philosophical understanding of existence, particularly in the context of artificial intelligence. In the world of Blade Runner, replicants are designed to be devoid of empathy, and yet they repeatedly exhibit profound desires for connection, love, and understanding, thus challenging the audience to reassess what it means to be human. Deckard, the Blade Runner protagonist played by Harrison Ford, finds himself in a moral quandary, confronting the ethical implications of his mission to retire these beings who, despite their artificial origins, display deeply felt emotions and vulnerabilities. This journey into the heart of empathy reveals the fragility of Deckard's own humanity, as his interactions with the replicants lead him to question the nature of his feelings and the societal norms dictating the relationship between mortals and AI. The film posits empathy as more than an emotional response. It becomes a tool for survival and an avenue for existential questioning. As the narrative unfolds, Blade Runner suggests that the capacity for empathy may not be the sole domain of humans but a shared, universal longing for connection and understanding, transcending the physical barriers that separate AI and humans. In Blade Runner, the development of empathy by the replicants is a central theme that presents a poignant exploration of identity and existence. These AI beings, created to serve and toil, embark on a journey to understand and to be understood, to feel and to be felt. Their quest is to transcend their engineered origins and touch upon the deeply human experience of empathy. This search for empathy challenges not only the societal norms that dictate their roles but also the very perceptions of the audience. Through characters like Roy Batty, whose poetic reflection on his own mortality and longing for life's essence touches the heart, the film elevates the replicants from mere machines to relatable beings, grappling with the complexities of emotion and the desire for connection. Their interactions, especially those moments of vulnerability and their desire for recognition, act as mirrors reflecting the often overlooked aspects of our humanity, the inherent need for empathy, connection, and understanding. By juxtaposing the replicants' quest with the human characters' often cold and detached demeanor, Blade Runner not only blurs the lines between human and machine but also posits that empathy might not be a trait exclusive to organic life. This narrative challenges the viewer's preconceived notions about empathy and the essence of being truly human. Through the replicant's eyes, we are offered a unique lens to examine the facets of empathy, igniting a conversation on what it means to feel and make a connect in a world that sees them as man-made objects. In the 1989 episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation called Measure of a Man, examines a similar moral dilemma. The rights of the android officer, Lieutenant Commander Data, played by Brent Spiner, are threatened by an engineer who want to dismantle Data and produce replicas of him. The central question becomes whether Data is mere property of Starfleet or a sentient being with rights. The portrayal of human characters in Blade Runner is a nuanced examination of how humans can become more like machines when they lose their capacity for empathy. Rick Deckard's mission to retire replicants places him in a moral quandary that forces him to confront his own lack of empathy. His evolving relationship with Rachel becomes a pivotal point for exploring this flaw. As Deckard's understanding of Rachel deepens, so too does his internal conflict regarding the empathy he develops for her and the other replicants he is tasked with eliminating. This internal battle mirrors the broader societal struggle with empathy, showcasing a future where humanity's emotional connections are endangered by its own technological advancements. In Blade Runner, the human characters display a cold detachment and utilitarian view towards artificial intelligence, reflecting a broader societal bias. This emotional distance contrasts sharply with the replicants' quest for empathy, serving to highlight the irony of humans, who are theoretically capable of empathy, show less of it than the AI beings they've deemed devoid of such capacity. Through Blade Runner's dystopian setting, we see how the scarcity of empathy underlines a dire warning that without compassion, society crumbles into a shadow of its potential. This futuristic landscape is a technological marvel, but devoid of genuine human connection. The replicants, engineered AI beings seeking their slice of humanity, act as catalysts, pushing both characters and viewers to confront the chilling reality of a world where empathy is an afterthought. Through the lens of Blade Runner, the viewer is invited to explore the potential ramifications of a society that has allowed empathy to diminish, revealing a future that, while technologically advanced, is impoverished in its capacity for human connection and understanding. As the storyline unfolds, viewers find themselves pondering the intricacies of artificial life and the essence of human emotion. This engagement is not passive. It demands an active reckoning by the viewer regarding our prejudices and an examination of our willingness to extend empathy beyond familiar boundaries. Blade Runner doesn't just present a narrative for our entertainment. It invites us into a philosophical exploration of empathy as a transformative force in the world. Through this cinematic classic, we are offered a rare opportunity to confront the limits of our empathy, challenging us to grow and adapt our perceptions in a world where the definition of being human is evolving. The interactions between humans and replicants in the film serve as a poignant critique of our societal values and our relationship with technology, pushing the audience to reconsider where empathy should lie in the hierarchy of traits that define sentient life. The ethical quandary faced by the characters, especially Rick Deckard, highlights the moral ambiguity that comes with advancing technology. It questions the ethics of creating life only to deny it the rights and recognition afforded to natural beings. This narrative challenges viewers to ponder the implications of withholding empathy from entities that exhibit characteristics of what we consider to be human, such as the ability to suffer, love, and yearn for freedom. Blade Runner does not merely explore the concept of empathy as an emotional capability but elevates it to a fundamental philosophical issue that is crucial in guiding our interactions in an age where the line between biological and artificial life is increasingly blurred. And that's the end of my video, and if you feel any empathy, please let me know by giving this a like and subscribe. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching.